also in. Please start the proceedings. And सुशील सर प्लीज बाकी सभी बच्चों का कैमरा और स्पीकर ऑफ कर दीजिएगा. प्रवेश प्लीज स्टार्ट. It is 2:30.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, respected ones and my dear friends and college mates. Thank you all for finding time and attending today's webinar on behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I, Pravesh Madhauria, student of Computer Science second year, welcome you all in this webinar. The topic of webinar is IoT and future prospect for engineering graduates. Friends, IoT is the most fascinating technology. It is also called future technology by experts. The Internet of Things, IoT, describes the network of physical objects, things that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the Internet. The Internet of Things is one of the hottest area growing on Internet. Track your vital while you are running using Fitbit, scanning QR code from the phone to make payment from your bank account. You name it, and IoT is there for you. Now, I like to call respected Head of Department, IPS College of Technology and Management, Mr. Avinav Vidwansh, to deliver welcome speech. Please, sir.
Thanks, Pravesh. I am audible. Good evening to one and all. On behalf of IPS Group of Colleges and at Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I welcome you all in this wonderful session of IoT. You all know that IoT is a very new technology and it is very useful and recently trending technologies. I welcome our guest Vineet sir as he spares his valuable time with our students. I am also welcome our director sir, Dr. Arun Kumar Tyagi sir, our working president, Sri Ashwini Mishra sir, CEO of the group, Sri P.K. Ghosh sir, principal of IPS CTM College, Mr. Jyoti Mishra ma'am, all the HODs, all the faculty members, all the students which have joining this wonderful event. Once again, I am welcoming you all on behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Welcome you all. Thank you.
So good
now
afternoon,
I like
everyone.
to call respected CEO, sir, IPS Group of Colleges, Mr. P.K. Ghosh, sir, for opening remark. Please, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Go, sir.
Hello, 3:30. 3:30. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm in a webinar. Yeah. क्या होता है सब चलेगा क्या? हाँ? कोई कुछ तो नहीं होता. I don't know. Connected तो नहीं होता.
Dada, you are audible, but
No,
not visible.
I can. It's not visible. But I can hear you. You are audible. I do not know whether I am audible or not.
You are audible, sir. You are quite audible.
It's not very clear. Your voice is not coming clear. It's getting blared.
Now, Dada, you are visible also.
Yeah?
You are visible and audible also.
I am visible, I am audible, but neither. Anyway, that is all right. Because I cannot see anybody else. Anyway, it does not matter for me.
Dada, please go ahead.
Dada, you are mute.
Hmm? I am.
Yeah, you are mute, sir.
Dada, unmute yourself.
Done it.
Okay, please go ahead, Dada.
I should go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes,
sir,
yes, please.
you are audible. Please speak.
Okay. I do not know. There was an announcement, I suppose, but I could not hear anything. Does not matter. Can I start then?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good afternoon, everybody. At the outset, let me appreciate the initiative taken by academic coordinator, HOD of the department,
Vinit sir, I am audible to you. Vinit sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
I think Dada has completed with blessings.
Okay.
My humble request to you, please start with your lecture so that our student will benefit from this particular lecture of IoT and its future prospects. First of all, I have to introduce you in front of my students. Dear students, Vinit sir is a direct practitioner of IoT. There are so many persons in this particular computer science area is available, But as far as I know, this sir is directly practitioner of this IoT. He worked with many companies like Microsoft, Dell, and etc. Presently, is working is with Smart Brains as a main programming coordinator, founder, and CEO of this company. I can say he is the living legend of this particular company as far as IoT is concerned. And his vast experience is directly incorporated with IoT and all these things. So I think on this particular invited lecture, guest lecture, Vineet Kumar sir is most suitable person that I have found, especially in this area of IoT and its relevance in today's world. Now, not wasting time, I am requesting Professor Sri Vineet sir, please start with this lecture and give our students what is going in IoT field and what can they achieve in this IoT Internet of Things. Please, sir, Vineet sir, carry
Thank
on.
you so much, sir, for this warm welcome. And on behalf of Smart Brains, I'd like to extend my greetings to Mr. Avinav, Mr. Vineet, Mr. PK Ghosh, and entire students who are present in this webinar. And as you have introduced that my forte is into IoT, so I would be very happy to share my overall experience to all of the candidates who ever are present over here. And definitely this is not a kind of lecture, rather than I'll just name this event as a ice breaking event, because actually we don't know what our potentials are and in which domain and how to pursue our career. This is the irony of our education system, you can say, or anything. But the resultant is the candidates are not actually able to identify the right path through which they can enter into a corporate domain of IoT. Apart from that, IoT gives you such a huge opportunity to start your own venture. Right. So I guess I'm audible to all of you. If yes, you can please type yes in the chat box. So it will be a kind of acknowledgement to me. Oh, great, great, great. Fine. So first of all, the candidates, you people are from third year or final year? All the students are from third year or final year? You can type in the chat box. Third year, right. So the very first thing I would like to say you that you are blessed that you are still in the third year, because the third year candidate have at least 1 year of time span in which they can upgrade themselves, upskill themselves. Okay, those candidates who are in final year, they are running short of time, so they have to double up their energy and make them expertise in this domain. Okay, so your energy level should be very high and speedy, so that you can catch up the industry in May, June, July in coming 1.5 months. Okay. Second thing is why IoT is trending in the market. The very first thing is two technologies, two domains are there. One is your artificial intelligence and machine learning. Second is IoT, and a common one is cloud. So these three technologies will be there in the market at least for coming 50 years, because these are the future of the corporate industry. Each and everything is getting smart in a sense. We are using smart home appliances, we are using smart vehicles, we are using electric vehicles. Okay, so in coming down all the coming time, all the electric vehicle will be controlled from your mobile phone. Okay, so these are the technologies. So cloud and artificial intelligence, machine learning, and IoT, these are the trending technologies. Second thing is the candidate from electronics background or something, they think that they are from the hardware domain, so they do not put any kind of effort in the software part. But they are in big mistake, because the software part is mandatory for all the electronics candidate, and nowadays at least two software they must have a very good knowledge. One is C, another one is Python. Why C and Python? There is a story behind it, because C and Python are two languages which directly interact with the hardware. Okay, we directly interact with the hardware. So C and Python should be a part of your curriculum, and you should study C and Python. I guess these board you must be aware of. Okay, there are multiple boards on which you can work. The common one is Node MCU, right? Node MCU is a Arduino in which a Wi-Fi dongle is fit, and it has a very less memory, but definitely it can work with all of your IoT project. Apart from that, this is a Raspberry Pi. So Raspberry Pi is having a very good RAM and memory, so you can use it as well. And other many boards of Intel are there, Beagle board is there. So n number of boards are there on which you can work. Second thing is, always try to move into a specific domain. When I'm talking about IoT, IoT is not just only the hardware or Wi-Fi or cloud computing or programming. It's a combination of each and everything. Fine. So two things are there: device driver, your C language, and Python, your hardware board in a sense. It can be Raspberry Pi, it can be Node MCU, it can be Beagle board, it can be Intel board. N number of boards are available in the market. Okay, so you need to take up any one single board and make multiple projects on it. Fine. Now I'll show some PP to you, and you will be able to very easily analyze it, how the things can be. Yes, this is visible to all of you. Now, when I'm talking about IoT, IoT is the end product. Okay. End product means it is a thing which a common term which everyone knows. But in the back end of IoT, there are multiple mandatory backbones. Protocols are there, automations are there, software languages are there. So we have to be very much active in all these domains. Now, protocol is alone having a very good to future in a sense scope, because I am sure that you must have heard about Broadcom, you must have heard about Intel, you must have heard about Bosch, you must have heard about AMD. Okay, so all these Snapdragon, all these kind of hardware and processors, they basically work on protocol to communicate with each other. Okay, whenever we are using any Bluetooth dongle or we are using any Wi-Fi dongle, all of them are based on protocol. So you have to study about that, and to study and know about protocols, you must be good in C language and Python. Sure. And one thing I will appreciate that if you could cross question to me, or if you have any kind of query, you can put down your queries in the chat box or unmute yourself, so that the interaction would be a two-way communication, and we can help out each other. Okay, and the very first thing I would like to say is that you people are having a strength. What do you mean by strength? Strength means you are having a manpower, because in a class 40, 50, 60 candidates are there. So you're having a 60 working resource, and these 60 working resource can do anything if they want. Okay, this is something IoT based sanitizer dispenser, and few of my colleagues and students have made this, okay, and they have supplied to multiple hospital in 2019 or 20, I guess. Okay, and they have made a revenue of more than 85 lakhs. And all this machine was based and made by the interns only. I'm just giving a small example to all of you. So this is how any small product or any small idea, if you can implement it into a product, means you are on. This is the beauty of IoT, that you can start your own setup, start your own venture. If you're having any kind of idea, to implement that those idea into a practical form is not that much tough. Okay, there are so many communities on IoT, there are so many forums on IoT, that if you are stuck somewhere, you can take help and ask help from them. Okay, being into the industry, I can also not say that I'm having the entire idea of IoT, because it is so vast. But yes, somewhere if I'm stuck, I take help from the community people. So this is how the things goes on. So you cannot expect that when you will learn each and everything, you will be having the entire knowledge of it. Okay, so this is a part of uh, program, and this is something which you have to somehow take up. Now, when we are talking about it, the first thing is your C language. You should be good in your C language. Okay, and if I'm talking about the C language, if I'm talking about the C language, this you need to be very much strong in pointers. Okay, and data structures. Next, Python. In Python, basic Python would be sufficient for you people. Okay, so you don't have to worry much on Python, right? Apart from that, these boards are there on which you can work, and these boards are having so many facilities that you can make any kind of project. And when I'm talking about any kind of project, means you can make an industrial project as well. Okay, so these boards are available in the market. You can start with Node MCU, you can start with Raspberry Pi, any kind of board you wish, you can start. Okay, so these are the few basic requirement for making your IoT projects, right? And basic Wi-Fi protocols are there. You need to study about Wi-Fi protocols. It's not that much tough. So these three things are there in which you can make your IoT project. Now, to enhance that IoT project, if you are having a good knowledge of cloud, or anyone who is having a good knowledge of cloud, and they can integrate your hardware input, means the output which your hardware is giving, and the control environment. Control environment means how you want to control your hardware, right? From a mobile phone, from SMS, or from Google, anything that is your wish. So integration of that control and your hardware is done via cloud. So this is a simple cycle in which hardware is there. Hardware in a sense application. A cloud is there, which is working as an interface between your application and your device through which you want to control. Okay, so these are the simple things. Now what we have done, my screen is visible to everyone. Is my screen visible to everyone? Okay. So we have started a new venture, that is hydroponics. Hydroponics is something, a technology in which we are doing farming without soil. This basically is a technology of Israel. Okay. So you can see that in this no soil is there and the plant is grown on water. So a very big farm is there. Okay, very big farms are there. Now to control, when we are talking about the technology, when we are talking about the water, so multiple control environment is there in which we check the environment of the temperature of the environment, we take the humidity of the environment, we take the nutrient content of the water. Nutrient content of the water means how much nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is there. So all these three kinds of things are there, which we check, and according to that we enable all the automations. So this is done with the help of IoT. Now all these systems are controlled by the IoT devices. Right, all these systems are controlled by the IoT devices, and that IoT devices we have built on our own, because these types of solution is not easily available in the market. And now we are selling to the international client who are working on hydroponics, and they are also searching for the solution, but they haven't received or identified any device which is in the market. But yes, we have made, so we are now using for our own purpose. Apart from that, we are selling to other clients as well. So this is something, the beauty of IoT, because you can develop anything which you think that is the need of the society. Okay. And when you are working on the need of the society, your product will always be a hit. Okay. Your product will always be a very successful product. So you have to make up your mind, and you need to start practicing it or developing small project, because IoT is something that no one can teach you in a single day. It is only dependent how much time you dedicate on the hardware and programming to make your project. And when you have completed one project, just go into the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like this. And when you are into a college, you are getting an entire infrastructure, okay, which that is completely free of cost for you. So many labs are there, you can use that lab. Nowadays people spend so much of time in other social media. I am not saying that it's not mandatory, but yes, we are not able to manage our time and spend the entire time on social media. But you should focus on this kind of energetic and requirement of the society. We need to create a product which should be the requirement of the society. The agenda is that, because engineering is something which helps the society. Okay. Engineering is something which helps the society. So you have to make a product or work on the product or do a job which ultimately is serving to a society, right? Whether you are sitting in a AC room, that AC is developed by an engineer. You are wearing a shirt, trouser, t-shirt, okay? You are wearing any suit, that is a textile engineering. You are sitting in a chair, that is also engineering. Okay, you are using a fan, that is a combination of engineering. So ultimately you can say that any product which is in the market is engineering and is serving to the society. So you have to think on that domain. You have to think on that domain. When we talk about hydroponics, the benefit of hydroponics is that it can be grown anywhere. Okay, it can be grown anywhere. Apart from that, we are giving IoT application solution also. So many things are there which you can do, but you have to start. And only starting is difficult. Only few starting step is difficult. You have to take that step, and believe me, all the entire journey will complete without any uh, to be means without any particular kind of pressure or tension. But taking that decision that you have to work on this domain, and taking the first decision, first step, making the first project will be a definitely a challenge for you. So you have to overcome this challenge. Okay. Now, this is the notification of Wipro. What they have told about IoT is, in healthcare, IoT is going to be a game changer. Okay, now they have removed it. Okay, so many things are coming into the market. IoT in agriculture, I have already told you. IoT is in manufacturing. IoT is in entire retail. Okay, so Amazon has already made this technology that is known as Amazon Go, in which you don't have to stand in the line or queue to do the payment. Okay. I have shared the link of both of them on the chat box. I guess you must have received it. So these are the very basic kind of hardware and software. वेरी बेसिक काइंड ऑफ अमित जी एक वेबिनार में हूँ, हाफ एन आवर में फ्री होके आपको कॉल कर रहा हूँ. These are the very basic hardware and software which you can get. This is Node MCU, as I was discussing. This is Arduino, this is Raspberry Pi. So with the help of all three board only, you can make numerous project that is very much commercially viable as well. Now, when I was talking about this, okay, in this we have used only Arduino. So you can understand that Arduino is also a very powerful device which can help you to make your basic commercial projects. Right. Apart from that, whatever ideas you are having, you can just jot down that idea and discuss and then implement that idea into reality. So this is the beauty of IoT. So if any student wants to ask anything, please you can unmute yourself and ask me. If any student want to ask me any kind of thing, you can unmute and ask me, or even you can uh, drop a message in the chat box. So see, the most important investment of a life is what? Can anyone say me? The most important investment of life is what? A cash, gold, property. What is that? I'll say you that the most important investment of life is your time, because you can never get it back. So if you are investing a single second from now onwards on anyone, then you must get a return out of it. Okay. And when such a platform is there in which we can communicate with each other, right? We can communicate with each other. We can just put down the queries and get help.
Sir, one question is my side.
Yes,
Abhinav here.
ESP.
Sir, one question is my side from Abhinav here.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
My fundamental question from a student's point of view, what is the future of IoT in India, specifically as far as the job is concerned?
Sir, what I have told you, at least 50 years down the line, 3 technologies will be in boom: cloud, artificial intelligence, and IoT. Minimum 50 years, these 3 technologies are going to lead the market, and after that their advanced technology will be there. But yes, getting into IoT is not that much easy.
Okay.
This is very frank, but it is not that much difficult, because in IoT number of candidates are less because they are actually not prepared themselves. Try to understand, if you want to be a good player of cricket, then you have to practice batting, bowling, or fielding, right? But if you want directly that someone can come and select you for Indian cricket team or Ranji, that is not possible. And the good part is that in IoT, the preference is from the electronics branch.
Preference is from the electronic branch.
But anyone can go, but the preference is always from the electronics branch. While in other domain, any branch candidate can apply, whether they are from CS, IT, or somewhere else. But in this, you are getting electronics benefit.
Okay. There is a question from Raghav Sharma to you, sir. How many companies are there where we can apply for a job in IoT?
In India, all the top companies, whether it is Accenture, Infosys, HCL, right? Broadcom, Bosch, Sony, Intel, everyone is working on IoT. And when we talk about how many companies, means that we are not sure about ourselves, because we can work in a single company at a time.
Okay.
Right, sir? So it's not like that we can apply and work in 50 different companies at a time. So you have to keep a confidence on yourself. And whichever company I have named, or any company in IoT, the package is very good because the engineers are less.
Engineers are less. So, my fundamental query is that for the students of computer science, 58 students are joining this webinar and 50s are joining from YouTube and other channels. They are joining this seminar. My question is very clear. is it the fundamental knowledge of C and Python is enough to get right on this particular job, starting right only?
Now, a very good question, sir, you have put, because see, when we are talking about the industry know very well that the candidate is coming from the college and they cannot expect a very high level of skill set and knowledge from the candidate. Industry people only ask or only expect from the candidate that the resource which is coming should be a trainable resource. Trainable resource in a sense, whatever things they are teaching to them in terms of session, in terms of practical, in terms of work, the candidate should be in a position to understand that. But the irony is that nowadays the student is also in a different mindset.
Okay.
If someone, any organization is giving them the work or assignments or the project, they feel that they are under pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the irony of the freshers today.
So we have to go with some fundamentals with our students of first year and
Yes,
second year.
definitely. You need to, obviously, you need to show them the path, that this is the path. And to be very frank, if you have provided them a path, I am there to consume all the candidates.
Oh, thanks you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Right.
This
So-
your word encourage our students that there is a future in IoT. Most of the cases, they are very much concerned. Sir, it's a futuristic technology. We are in second year, we are in third year.
No, this is not a futuristic technology. Actually, in India, technology always comes 10 years when when the technology has established outside. After that, India adapt that technology. So we are always 10 years back.
Of course, sir. Any student, if you want to wish any question from sir, ask freely. You are feel free yourself. Students, you can also write in a chat box also. Any question from faculty side? Very fundamental question is to be, sir, is there is electronic knowledge also involved. So what the basic electronics knowledge to be required for to be an IoT engineer?
No, I'll just give you one small example.
Okay.
When we are buying any product from the market, whether it is a AC, whether it's a car or a mobile phone, a laptop, anything. So do you think that only one segment of engineering is applicable on that? No. When a product is developed, product is always a combination of every branch of engineering.
Yeah.
Right. So in IoT, what I have told, IoT is a domain which accepts all the trade of engineering, all the branch of engineering. Because when we are talking about the coding, industry understands that the electronics, electrical candidate, their coding is not up to that mark.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because their mindset is completely different. Okay. They also understand that computer science candidate hardware is not that much strong. So
the crux of this talk is that the student should get the basic knowledge of C, Python, and hand-on a little bit knowledge of electronics. Then it is very much easy to get them in an IoT field or in a field job of an IoT field. I think it's the crux of this today's our discussion is that. I think.
Right.
Students, any question from your side? Pravesh? Sir, Pravesh, go ahead.
So thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be the guest speaker at our webinar. Now I'd like to call respected Professor Mr. Vineet Raj Singh to deliver a vote of thanks. Comes up.
Thank you, Pravesh. Am I audible, Pravesh?
Yes, sir.
Very good afternoon to everyone present here. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Vineet Raj Singh Pushpa, on behalf of IPS College of Technology and Management, extend my most sincere thanks to Mr. Vineet Kumar from Smart Brains Engineers Private Limited for sharing with us important knowledge on IoT and future prospects for engineering graduates. The way he explained the subject was extraordinary. Thank you, sir. Further, I pay my gratitude to Dr. Arun Kumar Tyagi, Director, IPS Group of Colleges, for the continuous encouragement for such programs. I'm also grateful to Mr. Ashwini Mishra, Working President, IPS Group of Colleges, Mr. P.K. Ghosh, CEO, IPS Group of Colleges, for gracing this event. I acknowledge my gratitude to Dr. Jyoti Mishra, Principal, IPS College of Technology and Management, for guidance and support for making it convenient to organize this program. I would like to mention my thanks to Mr. Abhinav Vidwans, Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, for relentless support to make this program successful. Now, I would like to thank all the principal heads, various departments, committee members, faculty members who directly or indirectly supported this event to bring it to the terms of satisfaction. Thank you once again.
Vineet sir,
Yes,
as
sir.
you
Thank you.
shared that so many students are selected by your company. When you
Sir, yes, I was telling that I went to Gwalior last week only in Jivaji University. So we selected 7 candidates from there for our client HCL Technologies. Okay. So the takeaway or what I want to convey to the candidates are that if you are comfortable in whichever technologies, you need to be or you need to have an entire knowledge of it. And we are there to consume you people.
sir, when you are coming to the IPS?
Sir, anytime when you will call, we'll be there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right, right. So this is something a kind of this webinar what I planned to give you the entire crux of the thing in which you can start your journey. Apart from that, once you have completed your academics, you can get an organization or a corporate where you can find a job for yourself. Apart from that, I'll always encourage if you can start up your own venture, because in IoT investment is not much. When you have made a protocol, you can easily raise fund from the market.
Thank
So
you
you
so much,
have
sir.
to work in all the domains, in whichever domain you feel that you are comfortable, you work on that. And in market, lots of opportunities are there.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right,
I
sir.
think a student will take as benefit as they can think from your company and your knowledge. And when you are physically available at Gwalior, please let us know. Then it is always to be good as a meet with physical round. So student will benefit it from your knowledge directly.
Sure, sir, sure.
I hope this seminar or workshop or guest lecture, whatever it is, you can say it, but it's full of knowledge for the students, and student can give their views, their feedback to me directly, so we can organize such workshops, seminars, and all these things in future also. Thanks to all
Right,
of
sir.
you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
to
much,
all of
and
you.
thank you everyone, every faculty member of the organizing committee, all the students and entire management and coordinators of IPS team. And it was really a pleasure interacting with you people, and it gives me motivation.
Thank you,
Really,
sir.
it gives me motivation to interact with the young minds, although I'm also very young.
I'm glad to
Right.
I'm glad to inform you that our 2 students are win hackathon organized by MITS and Microsoft. So
Great, great, great.
they are having the potential to do anything. So
Correct,
that's
correct,
why
correct.
I'm asking you when you are coming to Gwalior, so
Sir,
that
anytime I'll plan my schedule and let you know. And I guess one faculty, Shiv Kumar sir, is there,
yes.
who has asked me to be a part of this
Yes.
webinar. So I would like to thank him as well, because he is the person who has connected us and so many candidates at a time.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you everyone, sir, and have a nice day. Try to learn, because learning is only key to success. No shortcut
Yes.
is there in
Of course.
terms of learning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Okay.
Ramesh, shall we log out?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.